Hi guys, this video is for all of you who liked my mint gardening videos previously. So here's another batch of mint that I managed to ready for planting in soil recently, and here's what I've got. Just look at these glorious roots I've got, and it's the same process. Just cut the stem of the mint that you get from vegetable market, and remove all the leaves except for these leaves which are on the top, and then put those stems in a jar full of water and keep that in a sunny spot and wait. That's all what I did to get these glorious roots. Now these mint plants are ready for planting in soil, and I will definitely share the update with you on these little beans. It's time to show you another plant which can be propagated in the same way, as in cutting the stem and putting it in water for the roots to grow, and then you can plant it in the soil. So here's my small garden on a window, and today we are going to talk about this Dracaena plant. Just let me put it here. As you see, these are two very nice and healthy sprouts, like shoots coming out from the plant. Initially it was this one, so I had planted it the same way I told you about the mint. Cut a branch and I put it in a jar, and then the roots grew, and I then planted it in the pot, and it became very leggy and thin, and over time I saw these two coming out, so I just waited. Now as you see, I have to cover the roots here. The roots have come out, so I have to put some more soil here. But before that, what's more important is doing something about this. It's very leggy and thin, and it's falling like that. So what we can do is we can just cut this from here. As you see, I'm cutting it. Okay, there. Okay, so we cut it, and now what we can do is we can cut it close to the leaves, like here. Okay, there. And this shoot, now I am going to just simply poke it in the soil like that, and leave it like that, and this will grow into a new plant. This is how we propagate Dracaena. So there are two ways. One is you keep the shoot in the branch or a shoot in the water and wait for the roots to come out, but you can directly cut it and poke a hole in the soil and just pierce it in the soil, and that's also how we get a new plant. So I will check with you again in some days. I'll update you about the progress of this plant. Here I am just covering the soil, covering the roots with the soil, and there we go. Just leave it here. Here I also want to do an experiment. This piece here, it doesn't have leaves or anything. Let's see what happens to it when I just put it in soil like that. Let's see what happens. It will either dry or rot, or it will there are chances that it grows roots as well and becomes a new plant. So let's see. This is what we call column in roses. So let's see if we can get a new plant by making a column out of Dracaena. It will be a nice experiment. Alright, so I will update you on these. The same method I used for propagating this plant over here. So this You see, it broke, and it broke accidentally, and then instead of throwing that top part of the plant, I just planted it here, and it actually became a new plant. Same thing happened with this, but in this case, I put the broken part in a jar of water for some time until it grew roots, and when it did, then I finally planted it. So, and here, as you see the remains of the mealybugs over this plant. Let me focus. See, you see this? You see the remains of the mealybug in this plant, and here, see, but now they're all gone. How I controlled them and how I got rid of them, that is going to be another video, because I got really good medicine for mealybugs, alright, for getting rid of mealybugs, and I will share that with you in a while. Meanwhile, this is another plant which can be grown by just cutting a branch and putting it in water and waiting for the roots to come out, and then you can just plant it like that. Right, here's my adenium, those are the lilies, and all these plants were actually infested by mealybugs, and I just recently found a recipe to get rid of them, which I will share with you in my upcoming videos. So stay tuned and happy gardening.